Like, yeah, I'm the boss, and I'm a mum, and I'm a wife, and I'm all these things that actually, when did all of that happen? Like, my life just seems to have just flown. The last 10 years has just flown before me. But then that's just being an adult, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think you'll take the skills that you've learned on this journey that you've had so far, and you'll figure out how to apply them going forward. And I think there's something also I keep coming back to recently. There's something within, like, if you're having like a struggle like this, something within like pausing for a moment and trying not to force it.
Yeah.
Don't try and force being the boss on them, or being a different way than the way that you are.
Yeah.
Just find some relax and pause and take a moment.
Yeah.
To we said about earlier about the perspective.
Yeah.
Try and look at it from a different perspective, maybe.
Yeah. I always think, like, if someone told me at 21 what I'd be doing now, what I've achieved, I mean, I'd be like, brilliant. Like, but sometimes when you're in the moment, all you're doing is like grafting and pushing forward and forward. You never you
don't get that moment to pause and reflect.
No, you never really do. Until things are taken away from you, you don't appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think I live in that kind of state of like, what's next? What am I doing next? What's next? And it's like just stopping and just pausing. And that's what I have had to kind of say to myself, like, look, the kids are going to be this young for a very short amount of time, and what you've been able to do up till now, like, I've just kind of had to slow myself down, because I have just been pushing forward.
Yeah.
And making my life quite busy. And then now it's like gone the other way, where I'm like trying to quiet things down, without feeling like I'm retiring.
Yeah. No, but you can pause without stopping completely. Yeah. You can take a moment.
It's pausing, but making it look like things are still going, because you don't want people to think you are pausing.
Are you talking about like social media and the presence of the business?
And I just feel like I don't want to like...
You don't want the business to fade away because you built something up.
But at the same time, I turned down a lot of offers, and I turned down a lot of work, because I think that's not worth the stress. That's not worth me not sleeping on a Friday night, because I know that's going to happen on the Saturday, and then me being out with the kids on the Saturday on my phone stressing. It's not worth it for that, for the money, for that. It's just, and I'm getting really good at that now.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak to other party companies who are more like, in their second year, third year, and they're like telling me about all these stressful things, and I'm just like, just say no. Why are you doing it? Like, or someone rings me up, do you do this character? No. Well, can you get this character? No. Like, I literally have about 80 costumes. I can't, like, you just have to learn to say no to things, and I am getting quite good at saying no.
Yeah, you're learning so many skills along the way. Is there something that you would say to someone else that was looking to start up a business?
I'd say 100%
like
do it, because they'll always... I'm right. We've been through cost of living crisis. We've been through Brexit. We've been through COVID. We've been through like all these things. There's never been a dip. I've never had a dip. People will always spend money on their kids. Even if they shouldn't be, and it's beyond their means, people will always spend money on their kids, and there's always money to be had from this industry. And I just think if you want something that can just, you're performing, you're getting paid for it, and then eventually if you can get to my position where you're able to offer work to fellow performers, which is such a nice, satisfying feeling when you can say, like, I'm helping these people continue their performing career, because they're not having to take another job because they're just doing this. It's just so nice. And yeah, I definitely feel like I've hit the jackpot with this line of work, 100%. And now I've got kids, it's like I get to take them along to all these things. And I think it only gets better the older you get with this line of work, because actually now, like, we are in farm parks, we're in zoos, we're in that sort of stuff, and it's like I can do a whole day out and it will cost me nothing because I work for that company. And it's just like, it's opened so many doors for me, and I've kind of done events for so many like amazing people. And yeah, I think definitely just do it. Start off like I did, 4 characters, little website.
Yeah.
Give yourself a sensible name. There are so many ridiculous princess party names out there. Like, like they're like 5 or 6 letters long, the title, and it's like, just say what you're doing and put that as your thing, and keep your logo really simple and keep it really clean and neat, and you don't have to have all these like stars and glitter and all this stuff. Like, just keep it simple and nice and easy to read, and then you should get bookings.
Should get some work.
Yeah, just be really reliable. In 9 years, we have cancelled 1 party in 9 years. And that was because someone literally had a car crash on the way to the party. They were fine, but it was like, right, we're going to, you know what I mean? There's nothing we can do here. But in 9 years, so that's like, I think we've done 5,000 and I did actually look the other day, it was like 5,300 and something parties.
Wow. That's something like to be proud of.
Yeah, it's mental. If you work out, say there's like 20 kids per party, that's like how many kids you've entertained. But yeah, if you're going to do this, you've got to get up and do what you've committed to do. And that is my biggest thing. I have literally done parties after being up all night with sickness and diarrhea.
Yeah.
I've done parties after like awful phone calls of family situations. I've done parties where I had a car crash and I ripped part of my dress and I still went and did the part. Like, you really do have to commit, because someone has told that kid that character's coming to their party. So, you know, it's not the end of the world, but it is to that little kid and that family.
Yeah.
You're never going to forget the party where the entertainer didn't show up. No one will ever forget that. Like, it's just, if you're going to do this, you've got to be reliable and you've got to not take the mick. But do it. If you're that sort of person and you can like drag yourself through a party when you feel like
there's definitely for being self-employed, there is definitely a certain type of person that you need to be.
Yeah.
And some of them things that you said may have been a little bit of a negative side of you, that perfectionism that you have.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's like a core skill to what seems to be driving you forward.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't ever lost that need to make sure everything is the best it can be. Like, even, you know, sometimes my husband's like, are you seriously redoing those wigs again? Like, didn't I see you do these wigs last week? And I'm like, yeah, and then they got worn and now they're fly away. It's like people are paying for a perfect princess. If I send them with a wig half done, that's not what they're paid for. And even 9 years down the line, I will sit up till ridiculous hours making these wigs perfect, because that is what I want for the children. I want the children to be like, literally mouth hit the floor, like, oh my God, look at that. Like, that's what we do. Like, that's what I'm charging people money for. So that's what I need to provide for them. This is what gets my back up when you see these companies that wear these awful, you know, Amazon 20 quid dresses. And you think, well, anyone could go and get that dress. Like, you've not put any thought into this, and you don't actually care about being authentic and making the kids believe you're real.
But that's why you get these customers one after the next after the next, because they do tell their friends.
Yeah,
they do tell their family.
Yeah.
I know that you get parties from you've got all from the same school.
Yeah,
don't you?
Yeah,
all from the same.
Yeah, it's
groups.
funny actually, because I've never ever had to advertise. I've never paid to advertise. I've boosted a few posts here and there if I just think, oh, actually, I want, you know, that to look like it's a big event or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
But I've never had to pay to advertise. And it was interesting actually, because this December, like the December just gone, was the first ever month where I didn't advertise it, but we did actually close for bookings, because we had so many kind of Christmas events happening with the zoo and the farm and that sort of stuff, that it was just too much. All these performers were kind of here, there and everywhere. And it's a season of illness and everyone's always got colds and flus. And I just thought, I'm not gonna, what's the word I always say? Like, when you just kind of oversubscribe to everything and then you just kind of go, why the hell have I done this? So I just thought, no, I'm going to be sensible. So we should actually close the party business. And January was our quietest January we've had in quite a few years. And that I genuinely believe that is because we weren't actively out doing parties. Because 50% of it is people who've looked for you, and 50% of it is people go, oh, they're really good. Yeah. But what's their number? Oh, I've got a party like coming up in a month, because it's usually about a month, 2 months time is the notice. Yes, yeah. And they'll book it. And I honestly, because now it's right back up, like February, March, April, it's like booming again. But I thought, I think that is genuinely why. It's because we weren't out there for people to see.